live your truth. A lot of people's truth doesn't help. So, we were raised based on timeless principles of the Bible, and where we're getting our wisdom from is like biblical truth, right? And, I grew up on books like this, like Every Man's Battle. It's, Every Man's Guide to Winning the War on Sexual Temptation, one victory at a time. So, my dad equipped us. I don't think he was so much, maybe he was trying to protect us, but I think what he did a great job of, in his defense, is he prepared us. He truly prepared us. Like, he gave us tools. He put us in environments where I had opportunities to talk to other guys about, bouncing your eyes. I was learning these techniques on, like, when you see a beautiful woman, the first look is innocent. It's the second look that's a sin. And I'm like, okay, that's a great tool. Like I can't control, like, when I go to the gym, what a girl's going to wear. But then you're like, well, you can control what time you go at. And if, a beautiful girl walks right in front of you, yeah, you can acknowledge, but then it's the second look that gets you into trouble. So it's like, okay, that's where we have to start to fight. And then you start having these tools. Like, so it wasn't stuff we just talked about. It was very practical. And I think my dad just really kept it real. I mean, we've had all sorts of like crazy things going up. Remember when we should put this one on the podcast, Frank, when you had slow speed dial internet, and I took my parents' credit cards and I started ordering porn. On his credit card. I don't remember how old I was, but I was trying to.
Kid, you were a teenager,
I don't know how I got found out. It was on the credit card. I don't know how.
Well, had to have shown up on the billing statement.
Yeah,
I mean, you clearly weren't.
On my CIBC card.
So Rosetta comes to you and she's like, Luch, what are you ordering? And then you got to figure which one of the three boys.
Initially, no, that's the good story. I was afraid. I wasn't sure if he was going to share it. I wasn't going to share it if he didn't bring it up. But I think I had a choice in that moment. I mean, as a dad, especially a sports dad, you have a choice. When your kid fails in his own eyes, your parenting really shows up. When they succeed, it's easy to be a great dad. Cheer them on, way to go, son, reward them. But when they fail in their own eyes, and maybe if you've been athletic too, in your eyes, that's when the test of being a dad comes through. And then the other test of a dad is, what do you do when you find out your son is struggling with an area that you're struggling with, but now it's on your kid? Well, after I flipped out on him, we went down to the basement. He probably doesn't remember this. And I awkwardly said to him, why don't we read through Psalm 51? And it was a psalm of confession, David's psalm, where, he prayed that psalm after he committed adultery with Bathsheba. Now, this wasn't at that level. This was a kid struggling with just learning about himself. Curious. It was not more than that. And we prayed. And I don't think he wept, but I did. And I just thought, he's got to get it out of him. The window's been open. And, my wife had a prayer that the kids would be for innocent as long as possible. Like, because we knew what the world was like, and I pray that for my grandkids, that the Lord keep them innocent as long as possible. There's a really effed up world out there. And but you can't protect them forever. They can't stay in the Garden of Eden forever.